My name is Abebreseh. I am a lawyer and also an investor. In the movie Framer, I played a landlord. I heard of EN Academy through a friend. In fact, the week that the advertisement went out, a friend of mine told me, you should be part of this. If you want to try, give yourself a chance in the movie industry. So I came, auditioned, and I'm glad I did. So the day of the audition, I came to East Legon, and in fact, the crowd was intimidating. It was a huge crowd. So I said to myself, when is it going to be my turn? Because they said it's from 10 to 3. I arrived at 1, and when I walked in, lots of people had not had a chance yet. It was also everybody different, all different personalities with different clothing, and I didn't even know who were pros, who were amateurs, and it was my first time going to audition for an acting part, so I was didn't know what to expect. But fortunately, when I got the script, and it felt like a story that I could express, and the person who partnered with me was also an actor. So we came, and amongst the panelists, Edinate was there, Van Vicker was there, and when we put our act together, I remember Van Vicker saying, wow, this is about the most matured acting he's seen in the day. So that made my day, and I was sold on the idea of giving it a chance. When I was called for the second audition, I was excited because there was a long wait and we didn't know what to expect. Nobody had called. I think about 2 or 3 months later, I got a call and I was supposed to audition again on Saturday, and I did attend it. I was shortlisted, and when we came, that was when I realized this dream that Edinate has of starting an academy which is going to help people like myself and usher us into the acting space. It was amazing that day to just hop onto that good news, and I think it's been smooth sailing from there. When I was told that we'll be paying 500, it came with the explanation Edinate gave us that he's birthing an academy, it's a dream, and looking at what it takes, I even thought 500 was very, very reasonable. So I didn't have a problem with that, but I could tell amongst the crowd, a lot of people were surprised. So I was amongst the few people who asked questions and who sought clarity about what it would entail. And when I realized that the 500 was going to go into us taking journeys, us learning script, us being in a hotel, equipment, all these other things, crew members, I really thought that was generous. So it didn't startle me at all. Since the beginning that we enrolled in the academy, I think it's been very progressive. I realized that my colleagues or my mates were just like me, green. We all, had the passion to act, but we hadn't really done anything substantive. So I think the first day we were surprised. We received a notebook, we received some pens, some other souvenirs like hand sanitizers. This was the peak of COVID, so we received hand sanitizers. And then we realized that the class is going to be in 2 parts. There's going to be the theory and then the practical. So we came, we learned how to produce a movie, the various parts in producing a movie, not just the acting, but sound, production. We learned all of that. And so that was the Thursdays. And then on Saturdays, it was practical because Eddie said learning to act is actually acting. So the Saturdays were practical. And I think from the second week onwards, we were doing movies, we're doing commercials. And I've been very fortunate to be part of just about all of it. So I'm blessed to say I've gathered a wealth of experience that I won't trade for anything. In this short 2 months, what I've learned at the academy is that there's versatility in the movie industry. One could find themselves in directing, in producing, script writing. Now, even within acting, I've also learned that to put a movie together, there's certain elements. There's the setting, there's the characterization, there's the climax. So these are aspects that different movies should even have these elements in it. So that was an eye-opener for me. And since then, watching movies, I look out for these things. And I see how structured a movie is based on that. Being a mature student, so to speak, and being part of a class with people who are as young as my children, it was different and it was an experience. And I think in the beginning, I wanted to blend in. So I didn't make that too clear of the person I am outside of class. But it gave me an opportunity to also relive that youthful exuberance. And I made a lot of contacts and a lot of good friends. And I was also able to impart on my colleagues certain things that I've acquired through experience and through my profession. Eddie Nate is an amazing guy. I really enjoy working with him. And I think I clicked with him from the very first day at the audition because he was very personable, he was humble, and when he saw me, he said, "Stephen Abebreseh, do I know you?" And that made me laugh. Unfortunately, right after the audition, Eddie's wife passed away, so I grieved a lot with him, and I was very happy that he was able to bounce back, still able to carry out this dream that he had, because if he had sat on his grievance, we would also have lost an opportunity to learn at this academy. So I'm very happy he was able to, and I realized that he's someone who has an understanding for students. He's a teacher, he's a mentor, he's a person who has a lot of patience, and a person who's willing to give. Not many people in the industry have opened up themselves. Even the dream of the academy is fantastic because it's one of its kind and it's given people who would have otherwise jumped a lot of hurdles to become actors or who would not have known the pathway. So he's laid down the pathway, and amongst my classmates, I've seen people grow in confidence, people grow in maturity, and everybody seeing him like a brother and a mentor. So he's been an inspiration in the class. And even his crew, it's amazing. They stick together and they're a team. And so I'm glad I built this bond with Eddie, and I know it's a lifetime bond. When it comes to Frema, I think I got that role because it required a matured person, and it's the role of a landlord. So Eddie asked me if I could play it, and I jumped at the opportunity. And in fact, it was an experience. It was really an amazing experience. Well, with Frema, we were not given a script. We had to improvise, but Eddie would give us the brief. He would give us the story. And so once we understand the story, we get into character. And when we get into character, he would give us clues about the way he wants the character to form or to turn out. So that was an experience that was also very new, because with the audition, we had script, but this time we didn't have script, and we had to just be the character and imagine what it would be like. So I assumed the role of a landlord, and what would a landlord be like? A landlord would be curious, would be inquisitive, seeing two young teenagers or young adults falling in love and knowing that there's danger lurking somewhere. So that was my psyche coming into character and into the movie. It wasn't difficult acting with my colleagues. We were all new, but I think we built a bond at the academy. We spent some time in class and out of class. And you know, being on set brings you together. And so acting with them was also natural. And surprisingly, everybody's got their uniqueness and their talent, and it all came out. It was so surprising. When we're off set, you know, some are shy, some are reserved, but once we were on set, you know, the characters came out and it was uplifting. So I think we blended well and it all played out very well. And that's the true mark of a teacher and a director. On the first week, we had meals from, I think, Historia's Touch, and then we had cuckoos. I was surprised. I was like, isn't this 500 exhausted already? But we kept having it week after week after week. And even sometimes a little extra, other nuggets, you know. I don't know how Eddie did that. But prior to me joining the class, one of the things my friend told me is that, you know, when you're working with Eddie Nate, you're just gonna have a good time. He's gonna provide the best food, the best ambience. So to some extent, I wasn't surprised, but I was amazed at how our 500 stretched a long way. Even I brought a friend, and my friend was also served. So it was amazing. So my name is Stephen Abebreseh. I play the character of the landlord in Frema. This is an amazing movie, a love story with a tragic ending, and I'm inviting all of you to come out on September 3rd. Come and support all of us. Come and see what the Academy has done. It's at 6:30, Snap Cinema. I'll be there, and I hope you be there too. In fact, I look forward to you being there. Contact me for tickets. Get your tickets now because there are limited seats available. See you.
Eddie, we move. Make them say they, your man them say to eat. We move.